Okay, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the routine Thursday weekly briefing for Central North Carolina, covering the period from today through next Wednesday, May 17th. I'm meteorologist James Danko. First, taking a look at the latest visible satellite image, just to kind of get an overview of what we're looking at today. You can see that it's pretty clear across our area, actually very clear outside with sunny skies. There's some high clouds, some cirrus that'll be moving through later today, but not really expecting that to have much of an impact on temperatures. And we do see some smoke actually from wildfires up in Alberta, Canada, making its way down across the Northeast and even as far south as Virginia and northeastern parts of North Carolina. So looking at the upcoming weather pattern, today will be dry and warmer with highs in the lower to mid 80s, which is slightly above normal for this time of year. And then for tomorrow, an upper disturbance will pass through and result in some showers and storms across the western Carolinas. And a few of those could make it into the western Piedmont. We're not expecting widespread coverage, but there could be some isolated cells that make it that far east. And then a better chance of showers and storms will come on Saturday ahead of a backdoor cold front that will be moving through Saturday night, early Sunday, which you can see in this bottom left panel. And then after really only isolated coverage of showers and storms expected on Sunday and mainly across southern parts of the area, as the front will have synced mainly south of us by then. The next day with decent coverage of showers and storms will be on Monday as we get another upper disturbance moving through. And then after that, it looks like we're going to have an overall drying trend through the middle of next week as we get high pressure building in, maybe a reinforcing cold front coming through on Tuesday or Wednesday. Still can't rule out a few isolated showers and storms, and there is some uncertainty with where exactly the front is going to set up, which will affect temperatures as well as precipitation chances. But overall, it's looking like a drying trend through the middle of the week with temperatures near normal. The warmest day will be on Saturday with highs getting well into the 80s in a lot of places, maybe even approaching 90 and across the far south. And then the coolest day maybe on Monday behind that backdoor front, with highs more in the 70s in a lot of places. And then near normal temperatures in the low to mid 80s or upper 70s to lower 80s through the middle of next week. Looking at accumulated precipitation forecast through the next 5 days, we're not expecting any precipitation today. Again, tomorrow, maybe a little bit out in the far western Piedmont, but otherwise it should be dry. And then on Saturday, average amounts look to be around 1/4 to 1/2 inch in the northeast as that backdoor cold front starts to sink south, and lesser amounts as you go farther south, and just light amounts on Sunday across the south, and then Monday maybe some higher amounts again, and averaging in the 1/4 to 1/2 inch range. And as always, you know, with with convection, you can always have locally higher amounts than this, but most places for the next 5 days, we're expecting to have under an inch of rain. Looking at the North Carolina drought update that was just issued this morning, you can see that actually still there's nowhere in the state that has any drought or even abnormally dry conditions. So that's some good news. Even though we have had a pretty dry week, most areas are still reporting near normal conditions from the wet month we had last month. So even though I did mention potential for storms the next few days, we're not really expecting any threat for severe weather. And no real concern for excessive rainfall either. Looking at the 8 to 14 day outlook from the Climate Prediction Center, you can see that we're expecting slightly increased chances of warmer than normal temperatures, at least across the southeast parts of North Carolina, and near normal elsewhere. And then looking at precipitation, slightly increased chances of wetter than normal conditions. And now this is valid for May 18th through the 24th. And just for reference, normal highs are in the upper 70s to mid 80s for that time of year. So again, just to recap, today will be dry and with a warming trend, highs in the low to mid 80s. That warming trend continues tomorrow and Saturday with highs getting well into the 80s in many places. And then an upper disturbance will result in some showers and storms across mainly the mountains tomorrow, and a few of those could make it into the western Piedmont. Better chance comes on Saturday, and then lesser chances on Sunday, increased chances again on Monday, and then a drying trend after that. And no widespread weather hazards are expected at this time through the next week with any of these storms, and temperatures being relatively close to normal. All right, that wraps it up. Does anybody have any questions?